G'day, welcome back to Forge Knox. Today we're just going to run through the knives we've made so far. A bit of a progress report. Yeah. Number 1. First up, we have this little blade. This was a practice knife since we used mild steel for the blade. It was an exercise in shaping and bevel grinding and also making our own micarta for the handle. Number 2. Our second knife was made for my Uncle Scott. We used an old lawnmower blade and again some handmade micarta. Heat treating was difficult since we didn't know exactly what the steel was, but it took a hard and Uncle Scotty was very happy with it. Number 3 and 4. Our third and fourth knives were also practice blades. We used 316 stainless steel, which is non-hardenable, so the blades are useless. But we learned a lot from these knives in regard to fit and finish, bolsters, and peening pins. Number 5. This was the first knife we made that somebody actually asked for. We forged the blade out of a truck leaf spring, which is somewhere around 5160. We used common hardwood for the handle, and it has a 316 stainless guard and alloy pins. This one turned out really nice. Number 6. Next in line was requested by my Auntie Roxanne. She had bought one on eBay and wanted another. So she sent us a photo and some dimensions, and we forged it out for her. We forged a few of these since then. It's a nice quick project, and they look great. Number 7. This one was another request, and one of our most challenging so far. Once again, the blade is forged from 5160 spring steel, and we used a combination of brass, leather, and deer antler for the handle. It was so pretty. We forged a display rack for it. Antler is difficult to work with, but the end product is very satisfying. Number 8. This was a very quick project. I think it only took about 5 or 6 hours. The blade is 012 steel with micarta handle and brass pins. It was made for a guy who wanted a hunting knife. It turned out pretty good for such a quick job. Number 9. This was a nice little blade based on a Bob Loveless drop point hunter again. It was made for my Uncle Scott as a display knife. It's made from 01 steel with deer antler scales, brass bolster and pins. A lot of the time was spent on the finish of the knife, although it could have been much better. Still a sexy little blade though. Number 10. Here we have our first attempt at a kiridashi for our good friend Steve. Kiridashi is a Japanese marking knife, but they make a great all-rounder in the workshop. Again, it is 01 steel with antler handle and single bevel. Number 11. This was a fun little project for a mate's birthday. The blade was cut from a butter knife and peened into a bullet shell. Just a novelty really, but he loved it. Number 12. This one Dad made because he needed the utility knife for work. We cut the blade from an old wood saw blade and used hardwood for the handle. It's not the best blade, but it has been used for everything from opening leathers to cutting 2-inch rubber hose. Just really handy for lots of stuff. Number 13. And we'll wrap it up with the latest creation. This 012 steel blade started out to be a skinner, but ended up going to a head chef. For a kitchen knife, it had gidgee for the handle with brass pins. Chef Grant seems happy with the blade and has ordered 2 more knives. So that is the story so far, and we hope you come along for the journey as we develop our skills and hopefully got better at this awesome craft.